So here we go, Saturday 21st of June. Slightly different video, so I'm going to hopefully that this one uploads this time in the right format. Here's the corner kitchen unit. I'm going to take that one out because we're reboarding the kitchen now, so we're onto this job finally, and it really feels really good to get to this point now. I'm going to start getting this kitchen closed in. The acro can come down today because all this here's dried up, which I'm very pleased with. It looks so much better than the earlier one. Over there, the brickwork from last week is all solid now. And I'm going to try and make this kitchen look a bit different now. Get all the boarding done in here. But I'm going to have to, I can't just go ripping it out because I'm going to try and keep the sink as long as I can in. So I've got water running down here. I do have upstairs water running, but it makes it easier having this sink here rather than running upstairs. Always to gather myself water. I do have the hose outside, so I can always do that. Go out for that one day, yeah. So that's what it's going to be. We're going to probably bring this nib and stop this nib in here somewhere, because later on in a few years' time when it comes off, that will just be a flat wall coming across it rather than bringing the nib to the front edge here. You know, that was the first idea. So, because the two walls, obviously, it's offset. So I don't know why they didn't build that extension flush with this one. They built it offset, and it's quite a fair amount. They built it offset with. It's about 40 mil offset. Then by the time you have the dot and dab on there, took it up to like 60 mil offset then, what it is. But then you're going to put obviously 20 mil back in here, so it still keeps that 40. But you know, I'm going to try and see what I can do to make it look the best we can. Like I said, this is only this from this half here going forward is only going to be for a couple of years with the I've done that with my hand. That's going to be for a couple of years for the kitchen, because eventually, like I said, all this will come out. I'm going to be right across there with it and everything like that. So what I'm going to try and do is I'll try and set the phone up and maybe see if I can get a bit of recording, and not just record like this in parts and cut that together. Hope you're enjoying it. So, standing on a hop-up, units out. I've leveled the ceiling through. Won't believe it, there was 5 layers of plasterboard on top of there to make that up. So that's going to be coming flush through now to here. And what I've done is as well, I've done this little hack here. This is probably a good one to see. So what I've done is I foamed back where it was in there. I'm going to trim that back so that makes it give that really solid edge where that comes through and everything like that. And I've done this here. So I've seen this one shown before. So what you do is you take a piece of plasterboard, as such, line up against the side, mark it with your knife top and bottom, and then cut a piece off. And then you can see where I just rubbed it against the wall to make sure it's a tight fit. So that means when the board bonds up next to the next one, you know you got perfectly level coming through, and that's a really good, I think, handy tip for that one. So as you can see there, little tiny pieces, just pack them into the sides. Well, we had set up double joisted, and that's what's holding the back of the house up. So here's today's work. The board's on. I had to bring it this far forward to make up for the extension being set back, but then we can lose the best here, I hope. But that is now a nice flat run all the way through. I managed to do over here, sort out the water now. So there's going to be, where this one is here, there's going to be a T going up. So one water will be able to go that way, and one cold will go that way into the garage, because we're going to have a washing machine out there. So I'm going to set that to go that way. And then down there, I need an elbow for the hot, because I don't have an elbow. They're putting on screw fox and all right now, and it could be an elbow up here, bring it across, then have a elbow going out eventually. I'm just going to isolate it for now. That's going to future-proof when the toilet's downstairs, because right opposite that is going to be a downstairs toilet. We do the extension. Maybe, I don't know how we're going to do it, but maybe we'll sneak this wall forward of the garage and build it beforehand, so we don't have to wait, you know, a couple of years for the downstairs toilet, because it'd be very handy for them to have with boys, you know. So here we go, plasterboard sheets on over my brickwork where I done it. And what that's going to be is then eventually down the side of the unit there's going to be a side panel coming down, and then that's going to be right up to that door. We're going to still replace the door. We haven't found one yet. We're looking for a second-hand one, and that's going to be us to make that into like a ladder unit, because we're going to take it floor to ceiling, not to lose any space or anything like that. Boxes to boil it in. But then down here, we're going to have an access panel to get all of these, because there's isolation valves sitting on there for the sink. Back there is going to be a dishwasher, so it needs to have one outlet coming onto it for the dishwasher. That's what we need. We'll pick up off that drain there for the dishwasher. We'll pick up a new drain into that one for the kitchen sink. That's going to sit back there, but that's going to be the next thing. We need to rip all that out and then get that boarded back in there. Because once that's boarded back in there, there's one board to be stuck onto here. Because this section here, I'm not going to board over this section. I'm going to have that to the cover, just covering it. Because we have those switches there, because it'd be a little, maybe a board into there, board in, you know. So it's going to be a really bitty, itty, you know, sort of thing like that. So as you can see how far that comes out, and I want to have the maximum I can get for cupboard spacing and all that sort of thing like that. What I've done is I brought that forward, so you can see there it's in line with those pipes at the bottom, so that's where it's at least gonna have to be, kind of thing, you know, with this pipe work. So I'm not sure how I'm doing this with the units yet and all that sort of thing. I have to work out, and then we'll have to do underneath the stairs, a couple of boards, and over here everywhere's stuck. So these are the boards here. What have I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boards. That's 1, 2, 3, and then bits around there, and then down here. So I'm hoping it's going to be enough that I've ordered, because I had to get it delivered. That was the easiest thing to do, because this is a hard job putting them on the roof rack. But you can see here, put into the corner there and everything like that. I'm pretty happy with the brickwork that I've done. So that little bit of wallpaper has to come off. That was really stuck, couldn't get that off. Up here, really weird on the concrete lintels, none of their plaster took to it, so I'm going to be dot and dabbing over it, you know, sort of thing like that. So I'm going to have to even up. So that window to this window, there's 15 mil height difference. So what I might do is just drop this head by 15 mil and make it lose it that way, you know, sort of thing like that. When I come into it, you know, it's because it's going to be a difficult job to pull that through. And from back here, I don't think you're going to see that. So if you stand back here, you won't see a head height difference. Currently, the heads are the same height. So if I do that, hold on there, because the plaster's come off it. See, the plaster's off it now. So if I bring that down, allow for what the plaster's on the other side, that's level now. That's why I left the plaster on over here and took it off over there, you know, sort of thing like that. But that's where I need to be to get that to level. I'm on there, so I'll be there at the top of the window, and over there be a low on the window. I think that looks wrong. So what I'm going to do is just have that coming along there, you know, see where that comes through here like that, and have this head here sitting down like that. See, if it sits down like that and you see that looking across, I don't think you're going to notice that too much. So this is where I built the wall out, you know. Had to, because the extension had a kick in it. And for now, we want to have a straight run down here with the units. So that's what had to be done that way. Hope you enjoyed it. Won't be back for a couple of weeks now, because I've got loads on. But then when I'll be back, I'm hoping to get the rest of the kitchen done. So, kitchen progress is a bit slow. That board's ready to go on, but I can't fix it yet. So what I've done is I built it out there with a batten to get the unevenness here, as you can see there, what the offset is in the wall, and make it like so it's the best way to go. So that'll be the board that will go there eventually. I'm going to try and get that on before I go today, because I won't be back for a while. So I need to try and get the two heads there to line up to each other, but then I started on this side because I thought I have to get rid of these water pipes before I can put a board on that side, because I have to take all this out. So what I've done is, there used to be a lead pipe like that going through the wall there. That must have been originally when the back of the house was, where the kitchen went out, because there's a drain on the outside. That drain, we're eventually going to turn that into a toilet. So that will be a soil stack going down into it. So it can pick still everything up as it does, what it does outside now, but then use it that way, because rainwater and foul water go into the same drain here. At the bottom here, I've got my pipe set up. So this one, that stop end is obsolete, because that's the hot water. So I don't even know where I put that one on when I've done it, but down there's the hot water already sitting there. So the hot water is going to need an elbow, so it goes back towards the kitchen. But I don't want to do that yet, because I haven't got nothing installed. I'm just going to run it alongside the bottom to run it back in, across over into there. It's going to be the easiest way to go behind the skirting area, because we're going to have a unit that sits here, picks up the boiler and everything like that, and picks up everything that's on the wall here. So it's going to be like a custom built ladder if I just step back there. So that is going to be a custom ladder right to the ceiling and everything like that, right over the boiler. It's going to have a panel coming down the side here that goes right to the bottom here, and then there's going to be a couple of wall units hanging onto here, and the bottom of this will be open, so that it's going to not be any deeper than the boiler. It's just enough so I can take a microwave over on that side. It's going to be loads of storage for tins, cereals, the lot. So like that, this area down here, you can get loads of cereal boxes in there and everything like that. And then you think of that over here with the other side, so it'd be like a bit like a galley kitchen, but still be usable space. And that's for as long as we get onto the extension and everything like that. Up there, we're going to set a junction box onto that one there, so that we can future-proof to have a light to go outside for when we do the toilets, because all the other lights are done. Just we forgot to do that one. So what I'll do is I'll bring that one, probably bring the cable down and go out this way. You have it sitting down here. Eventually you can go out there, because we're going to have the outside tap going out there, and then plus besides the outside tap going out there, I'm going to have two pipes going that way, hot and cold, for when we in the future do the toilet out there. So it's all future proofing. To isolate, there'll be 3 isolation valves here, so it'll be isolation valve for the outside, 2 for those water ones going out. I'm going to set the 2 isolation valves here as well, that are going to be for the sink unit. I know they're going to be miles away, but this is going to have a fake panel in the back of the cupboard, so you can actually get to it if you need to. So you won't need to do it underneath the sink. You'll be able to do it back here and isolate it from there. And then that's future proof, so we can isolate it here and then get rid of all this here when we do it. So that's a bit of a thinking game, but I actually quite like that. It doesn't make for slow progress, but I'm working on my own, so don't mind. So you can see there, the lead pipe came out of it. These are the leftover bricks that I've got. I've stacked them up, so I make myself a work table, because I'm going to put my stuff onto when I plaster and everything like that. Floor is going to be the last thing that we're going to take out. I'm just taking the floor up as we go along. It's coming up easy enough. The only thing is there are some weird tiles. So what they're doing is they're breaking into little tiny pieces. It makes it easier putting away, like, but so that's what they're like, you know. And the weird plastic sheets underneath it, line or anything. I think they just threw a lot of adhesive down and let's go and make it stick. There's no thought gone into it.